Hey, everybody. This is the SSFA Super Bowl between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. Um, I think they're waiting to kick off here while we get set up. So, just real quick, this was, I think, the number 3 seed um, and the number 7 seed or something like that. Yeah, Green Bay is the number 3 seed, 3 or 4. And Cleveland had to crawl their way out through the mini playoffs, so they've come a long way. Let's take a look at the. Oh, first, did these teams play in the regular season? Green Bay, Green Bay, Green Bay. I am not seeing it. Yes, I don't think they played during the regular season. Michael had a lot of facts for the game leading up to the game. I'll give you a little bit on how the teams got here. So the Browns have gone 3-0. They beat Washington 28-10 in the mini playoffs. Then they upset the number 1 seeded Jets 2017. Then they took out the number 2 seeded Seahawks 24-17 to go on and face Green Bay. Green Bay, meanwhile, took out New Orleans 25-24. This is the way Strat is. Like, look at that. If he would have missed that 2-point conversion, the Packers wouldn't be here. But because of that one play, and of course, they beat the NFL Ed, who's a legend, 2017 to make the Super Bowl. So I think we're just about ready to go. And here comes the kickoff. Set up our pass rush matchup. We got Jay joining us. Jay, what's up?
Hey, Dennis, can you hear me?
Yeah, say something again. I think you're in the underwater realm.
All right, let me see what I can find there.
Yeah, switch that audio input. Just getting set up here. Talked about how these teams got here, and of course, you called the semifinal game against me. So you're familiar with the Browns and their Cinderella story, just like the real NFL Browns. They had a couple of cardiac kids type games, taking out the number 1 Jets and number 2 Seahawks. It's not easy to do, but here they are.
1, 2. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
So I don't know how you'd like to do this. I kind of prefer your voice on the play-by-play if you want to, and I'll look up things and be the color man if you're okay with that.
Oh, sure. That's fine.
Okay, sounds good.
So, yeah. Big congratulations to both these teams, Dennis. I'm really happy for both these coaches. They've been pounding the rock here, just not from a football sense, just from a league sense for a good while, and happy to see them to have this kind of success. That's really cool. It's really cool. So here we have Booker taking it off tackle for 8 yards on 1st and 10. We've got this great Cleveland offense. It gets this really stout Green Bay defense. A lot of ratings out there, and so this Dak Prescott card is I talked about when he played you, almost identical to the Russell Wilson card. Did it feel like you were facing a mirror image of yourself there?
Well, we use them in different ways, so not exactly.
True.
But it'll be interesting to see. He's starting off with Booker. Of course, we know he has the big hammer, Miles Sanders. So we'll see how he balances that out. You really, ideally, you want to have some good Miles Sanders carries in the second half, depending on how the game goes. So I like starting with Booker.
Yeah, it's easy to use those Sanders carries. They're pretty addicting because there's unless you roll that 5 as what Booker just saw, but unless you roll the 5 for Sanders on his card, you're not going to be disappointed. So we got an early 3rd down here, 3rd and 1, and so it's really tough to get a stop on 3rd and 1 these days, isn't it, buddy?
Oh, for sure, especially in the way the offenses are. Michael's got a good offensive line, 6'5", 4'5". It's going to be up to the defensive line this time.
Yeah, he's able to get past a 4 defensive end there. If he had gone off left side, the defensive end, that's a 6. I can't tell who that is, but the 6 out on the right side would have stuffed Montez Sweat. Yeah, he'd have shut that down. So missing the play was Randy Gregory. A 4. That's probably about right for Randy Gregory. He hasn't done much in his career other than get in trouble and what have you. But so here we have a right call. It's a good call but you can't be right all the time, and a lot of times on offense, it comes down to when the defense misses, are you rolling your card and making them pay or not? So,
one of the key matchups here will be this 4 cornerback. He had KJ Osborne in there on first down. Now he's got Chris Godwin in there, more of a possession receiver. So, look for a bomb on first down one of these times if Tom starts calling run regularly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Osborne, I think, got a better yards per catch, but not nearly the hits as Godwin. So he's going around outside. There's nobody out there. He just misses the 8. If he had hit that 8, he was running a lot further. As it is, the tackle throws the block and keeps him out of run contain. So
he's on with the run blocking there. The pass blocking is really good too. 7, 7, 4, 5, 5. So he brought the house that time, hoping to get a pass, and it was a blacked ID, but Michael was running the ball.
It did leave the end run open. I say it would have been a 22-yard hit had it hit that 8. But then again, if Sanders had run to the hole, it would have probably held him shorter a yard. Here we have a double team or 2 men in the zone on a flat, and that's going to biff that away.
Yeah, correct double there on Godwin. It was a 5. I think the middle linebacker is a 4. So
okay,
good double.
So able to survive, get off the field. Bracken Pinion, as Tommy Cook likes to call Pinion here. Fielded down at the 15, going to be returned out for 7 yards. Stevenson's got that nice little 17-yarder on the 6. A good, solid return card. He doesn't have that hammer that you had. Was that Duvernay that had that big 30-yarder? Who was that?
Grant, isn't it? Who do I have in this league? I can't even remember.
But you was someone like a 32-yarder on a 4 or a 5. So is that a white die 6 that just came up?
Dump off. So
dump off. Okay.
Going deep to Higgins, and it turned into a dump off 9-yard completion there to Zeke Elliott. So that's really what you got here. You got Aaron Rodgers, just a dominant short pass card, and Ezekiel Elliott's short gains off tackle. That's the motor that makes this offense go.
Mm-hmm. Quez Watkins, below average receiver generally for the league. Gonna have a good yards per catch, not as many hits. There's Zeke gonna pick up the first down.
Went to Quez. Went to Quez on that one.
He went to Quez. Is it just blasting on him?
And my resolution's it's too big here, huh? Or Texas too small.
It's a little, but yeah. It looked like Zeke was running off tackle. So, but I'm talking with you. So good catch. Or just as I was blasting on Quez, he picked up the first down.
So weakness there for Green Bay is the run blocking. They got 4 4s and a 6. Well, actually, if you count the tight end, 5 4s and a 6. But
changes it up. What's his pass blocking?
He goes 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Look for dump offs to play a big role today.
That's consistent. That's consistent. We won't see any injuries today, so that'll be there. Ooh, Travis Kelce over the middle.
Yeah, I was just gonna say when you have that 4 run blocking and a tight end, you put up with it when it's Kelce as a receiver.
Yep. Hit the short game. It's a short game, but a first down nonetheless. So Green Bay is about out to the same spot in the field as where Cleveland stalled out. They got a fresh set of downs almost to midfield.
Yeah, having all 7s as pass blockers, it's almost like a cheat code in the game today.
Yeah, it's such a weapon. I think I had 4 7s and a 5, and got me knocked out first round of the playoffs.
You need that fifth 7.
Yeah, must have been it. Because Green Bay's rolling here. As he just hit, is that Kelsey again? Yep, out on the flat. So
4 for 4 for 40 yards for Rodgers. So he's not going deep yet, but he's moving the chains.
over the middle, guessed wrong. And 3 straight flat / look-ins to Kelsey.
Against run calls too. So you've seen Michael looking to send the message that, hey, I'm not going to let Zeke run free, but man, that's you're on the horns of a dilemma with Zeke and
yes, you are. Like I mentioned, Kurt mentioned, rock paper scissors, right?
Yep.
So here's Zeke going short game. So that's a really good Zeke card. But it won't look like that next year, I don't think, as the ratings file came out today, and it won't be quite so strong. Here he is, guessed wrong again. This time he misses sweet spot. I think that's another short gain off tackle, right?
It is, yeah. 6 and 8 off tackle, 7 on line bug.
Yeah,
he's got the big hit on the end. That's why it's not quite as many short gains in the middle.
And when things are going wrong for you, that's when you're hitting the 7s, when you're running off tackle, and you're hitting the 6s when you're running line buck. Not that things have been rolling wrong for Green Bay, but from experience, that's where we see. So
for sure, it was a guess right call there that stopped him for no gain. So 3rd and 7, big play here.
Yeah, it gets the run contained. So
Michael's got some good pass blockers. Aaron Donald's a 6'11" one. Clowney's a 5'9".
Yeah.
And Shaquille Barrett's a 4'6", but you're going up against those 7. So it's hard to show blitz and bring the house when your best case scenario is like a 30% chance of a sack.
Okay, we got a double here. Must run. Rodgers going to keep it and be stopped short of the first down. So what a great short pass card, right? He's got 18 hits. Not a great kicker.
Missed on 9 and 10. That could play a part later on.
Yeah, that's down that deep to miss on a 9 and 10. That makes you a little nervous. So
yeah.
All right. So 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. You've got Sanders back in an I formation with Gerald Everett, who I don't think he was targeted much against you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it probably depends on the matchup. Like right now, he's covered by a 6 out of a blocking back formation, and that's why it's incomplete. So I don't remember having to worry about him too much. But he was doing so many other good things that it didn't wind up mattering.
Yeah. Well, still that game, there was he made a huge stop on you at a 4th and 1 or 4th and goal at the 1. That was a big play. Here we got Keenan Allen guessed wrong. Keenan Allen missed a touchdown. That same look, he rolled a 7 that would have iced the game against you, and where you had a chance to come back on him. And then Russell missed 4 straight passes.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah,
a good change up there. He finally gets Green Bay in a wrong short pass, and that's going to result in the 19-yard hit there. The pass rush for Green Bay, real quick. They got 4'7", 5'11". Well, there's an inside run to Sanders. 5'5", and 6. Who's that?
6'7". That was Sweat, I think.
6'7". Yeah.
So solid
pass rush. Yeah.
It's interesting. We're seeing 2-4-3 teams here on defense. Nice job of covering up those flats with. It helps when you have a 6. Both teams have a 6 in coverage on. So that helps, where you only have to really worry about one of those 2 flats at that point. Here we have off tackle Booker going to be guessed wrong and just pick up 2.
Yeah, and that 6 for Green Bay has a little pass rush. Cal Vinoy's is 6'4'8". So you have some of those 6s that are like 6'60", and you wind up just leaving them home. because they don't do much else for you. Of course, you can
Mhm.
plug with them, but a lot of coaches do. But when you
Mhm.
have a 6-4-8, they're not going to be targeted as much. You
Right.
can drop them down to bring a little heat and try to beat the blocking back with a blitzer.
Yep. Yep. You can sneak them in there sometimes because yeah, they tend not to be. You don't see many flats thrown out in their direction either. So this is a 50-50 ball and came up receiver. So we had a wrong call, but two guys in the zone. It's defense. You hedge your bets, and but that time it came up on the offensive card, and we got another first down for Cleveland. They're in field goal range now. Um, Osborne interesting, at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. You can go over the top. He's like a
Mm-hmm.
41% long pass guy. So you
Mm-hmm.
can go over the top on those where you can feel the other coach is going to call run and
Mm-hmm.
bring up the free safety to make it 4-minute zone short pass.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Covered by a
Yep.
0-minute
Yeah.
zone. That's what you live for as an offensive coach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Take that shot. So 2nd and 10, Booker back in the game. You don't see a lot of targets of Ryan Griffin. Is that a 5 he's up against?
Yeah, it's Von Bell,
Von Bell.
5'5", and Griffin can go deep. Oh no, he cannot go deep. So
Okay. Booker off tackle, nobody home. Hits a short gain, rolled to 7. That's going to put him down around the 10.
that's the old 2nd and 10 situation where the other coach is probably going to run, trying to hit that short gain, but it's so hard to call run sometimes. You just like you gotta really push yourself to stuff those things.
Yeah. And yet that's a interesting thing about the way we're seeing these cards now is generally they're really bad guessed right, but they're so good guessed wrong. Now Miles Sanders is an exception. Sanders has a really good guess right card, but he's pretty rare. So now that kind of might have hurt him a little bit. Only a 2-yard hit there puts you down at the 9, takes away your flats. But you also don't have to worry about run containment if it comes up inside the 10. But so there's a trade-off. But
Sanders only has 10 unfatigued carries left.
Yeah.
So he's used them a little bit. I mean, he doesn't have a ton of carries to begin with,
right?
But he's ran the ball for 5 times. So 15 unfatigued carries. That's less than I thought it was.
It's tight. Now he's so good you can use up his fatigue carries. But
yes, you definitely want to run him 19 times.
There he is looking for the touchdown. He got it. Yep, he found it. Hit that 3, and Cleveland takes the lead.
Yeah, as a defensive coach trying to defend Miles Sanders, if he would have held the field goal there, you'd have been like, okay, yeah, he's used up about half his carries, and we're tied. I'm happy with that. But Cleveland got the big hit and got the lead.
Yeah. So every dog pound has its day, right? So, like I said, it's a great matchup for these two guys. Real happy for them.
Let's see if the Pack can strike back.
Yeah. So Tom had to beat. I know he beat Ed. Who else did he beat? Did he beat Nathan to get there? Who was a 20-yard hit? Nobody in the hole. And so,
Green Bay took out New Orleans.
Okay.
And then San Francisco. So New Orleans, I think, is a Kurt.
No, that's
New Orleans. Oh, Scott
Mueller. Yeah, he beat me. It was a real good game, real tight game, but he beat me. So,
but like I said, just before you joined, like that game, New Orleans at Green Bay, there's an incomplete pass. It was 25-24. The Packers scored with a minute left and converted the 2-point conversion instead of just tying it up. And if they miss that 2-point conversion, that's it. That's their season.
Wow.
And we're talking about another team here in the bowl. So
and they beat. Was that Ed who they did that against?
No, that was against Scott.
New Orleans.
That was against Scott. Yeah, the opening game, and then against Ed, they pulled away. I didn't watch at the game San Francisco Green Bay, but he beat it at 2017. I tuned in for like the last
Yeah.
San Francisco drive. I was like a 4th down and 7, and
Mm-hmm.
Ed threw a flat pass to Gronk, thinking that he was going to double and leave the zone vacant, and he left him home, and it was a 5 yard gain or 7 yard gain, and
Mm.
it was less than 7 yards, and he
Mm-hmm.
turned the ball over and downs.
So he left the putt short. So
Exactly.
yeah, you know, but if you got a double, it's you're good to go. So cat and mouse like you talk about. 3rd and 10 here. We got is that a dump off or was it a straight out flat?
Straight out flat pass. He threw it to 6, thinking Cleveland was going
Mm-hmm.
to use him to double team or blitz. Left him
So
home and left the
he's
punt.
punting. Okay, I think you go for it, don't you, buddy?
It depends on the matchup. It depends on who I'm
Mm-hmm.
facing and the score of the game. But at that point, if I had a better guess right runner, I might.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Well,
that Z card, 5 through 8 or whatever is not good.
yeah. Guess right. You're getting stuffed a lot. So yeah, as it is, you got Cleveland pinned down inside the 14, inside the 15 at the 14.
And the other good reason to punt there is because you want to use up those Miles Sanders carries.
Mm-hmm.
Make him go 87 yards instead of 50.
Right. Or even 25. 2 first downs, you're in field goal range. So yeah. There's the bailout 10 roll with the blocking back, where even if you have a good blocking back, you only gain a yard. So not quite the dreaded 5, but similar on the defensive card.
For sure. Osborne in there again, second and 11.
Osborne being doubled. We're looking at Sanders going around the left side and hits a short gain, 12 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Now, you're really one of the best coaches out there when you have a guy like Sanders at saving his carries, getting the other guy to call run, but still having a handful of carries in your back pocket. So how do you do that? How do you stay patient?
Some years I had AP for a generation almost, right? And he had so many carries, it was easy. I don't know. You just sort of pick your spots. Some guys just love to put the pedal to the metal and use them because, what did John Maynard Keynes said, in the long run, we're all dead. So I don't know. Yeah, I do like I'm always kind of looking ahead to that fourth quarter and want to have a cash left, come that fourth quarter. But it's easier said than done. Again, Sanders is so good, guess right, that it's, if you've got a 2nd and 5, you don't mind running him. But when you're hitting your card like that too, right? He's hitting short gains every time now.
Well, yeah, he went from averaging 5 yards a carry to 7 yards a carry in 2 carries.
Mm-hmm.
So he pumped him up. I'm looking at their playoff stats, these two teams. Green Bay has thrown the ball 81 times and ran it 33, 41 if you count the must runs for Aaron Rodgers or the kneel downs.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Cleveland, on the other hand, has thrown 69 and ran for 80 or so. So 2 different styles of offense. Run first versus pass first.
Yeah. So far, Cleveland's been mixing them up real well, where Green Bay has not been able to quite hone in on what Cleveland's calling yet. Sometimes you get hot, sometimes you get cold. So just 6 attempts for Dak. What do we probably have 11 or 12 runs so far, I'd say, right?
Right. And yeah, that goes to what I was saying. After this play, I'll show you the playoff stats. He's going for the blitz. Here comes Van Noy in the free safety.
Going to be a must run.
So here's Cleveland. They've thrown the ball 69 times, ran the ball 100 rushes.
Yeah. So he's like Philadelphia Eagles offense or a 1977 offense. And And it's both styles have worked for both coaches, as you and I are sitting here talking about them. So
Yeah, for sure. And we look at Sanders, limited carries. Then he's got Booker, who's also got limited carries. And against me, who
no,
really killed me is Jarrett Patterson.
yep,
Come up,
yep.
come up with some big runs.
Like I said, who the hell is Jared Patterson?
Yeah,
Who is that guy? And but he's unlimited and a half, and he's got some 11 and 12 yards hits right in the middle of the card. Guess wrong. So I think
definitely an underrated back.
yes. I do want to look up, see how many touchdowns he had against me. It felt like he had 3. I do think he had 2 touchdowns against me. So when we played in the regular season, I was like, I've never heard of him before. And so I had to do some research our last game, and undrafted free agent. So
I'll look that up. But that was a big stop right there. Oh, fumble.
uh-oh.
Defense gets it. I was just going to say that was a big stop for the Packers because they were able to use up quite a few Miles Sanders carries, and they didn't give up any points.
Yeah.
But the fumble gives them the ball.
Yep.
Prime territory.
And the muffed fumble on the punt is such just a backbreaker, because not only are you losing possession, but it's like you're losing possession after giving up a long gain. It's tough. So there's Dak looking for the touchdown there. Defense calls right. So
in your regular season game, Jared Patterson 2 touchdowns on 6 carries for 34 yards. So
killed me. Absolutely killed me. So I was like, who is that guy?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, for the year, those were his only 2 touchdowns.
That was nice of him. But then he got some against you. So
yeah,
dump off for 9. So he's knocking on heaven's door right here.
So Sanders has 6 unfatigued carries left.
Wow.
Don't look at past Booker. Booker's a very good linebacker guy. Guessed right. Though he just got to hit an edge.
For the year, right? He's got 17 hits of a yard or more for 2022 card set or 2021 card set.
So Deion Jones makes a play. It was a 4-run defense against the 4 white die. What do you do here? Shot. Yeah, that absorbs another Miles Sanders carry. Yeah. Do you want to get that that second touchdown, or do you kick the field goal to make it a touchdown lead?
I go for it because I like him pinned inside the 4 or inside the 5. I go for it, but it's hard to pass up the short points.
I'd go for it too, just because a yard's a yard, and he has that middle linebacker's a 4-4. At least come out in a formation. If he goes with a 4-2-5, maybe I think about it, because he'll can plug with a free safety. Well, he could plug with a free safety anyway. But in the 4-3, he's got to stick that 4 inside linebacker somewhere. Back to inside line. Oh, it's a
dreaded 5.
Oh my.
Yeah. I mean, he's got 26 chances on this card of picking up that yard. And for this card set, for this era, for any era, 26 is great. But it's only the 5 and the 6 or 5 and the 7 are the only things that stop it. So
I'm kicking myself if I'm Michael. I'm like, why didn't I line buck with Dak? Why didn't I just
Yep. What I say, it's a lot easier game if you know what the die roll is ahead of time, right?
Heck yeah.
So
you're almost, in a weird way, if you're Tom, you're happy that you fumbled the punt.
Yeah.
You used up 2 more Miles Sanders carries and you didn't give up any points.
Yeah. It's going to get stopped. He had a shot at a long gain there.
White die was a 4, so he would have had to.
Yeah, and he was up against Darius Leonard. So would have had to.
Yeah, if he had moved the linebacker, that could have been the big play.
Yep. Now
so we talked about the D lines and the O lines. Look at the secondaries here. 2 5 cornerbacks, a 5 free safety, a 5 strong safety. So he's got 5s all across and a 4 extra DB.
Yeah. And
both teams are playing average today.
Yeah. Well, is able to avoid the Rogers card. We
Oh, bad punt.
Yeah, just misses a block as it is. This is going to give the ball to Cleveland right back in field goal range.
Yeah. So
14-yard return.
speaking of what you were saying, go for it because you're going to pin them deep anyway. You get a 3 and out, and here you are back at the gates trying to get through.
Yeah. Showing blitz here on first down.
And by the way, it's closing up the punt returner. You were right. My guy was Devin Duvernay, who has a plus 31 on 5.
Yeah, and you hit that on a key point late in that game as you were making your comeback. So, see, a good call there.
Yeah, 20-yard gain if he guessed wrong. Mm-hmm. Instead, it's a 1 yard loss. So Sanders back to 5 yards to carry. And it's funny that the two stars, Sanders 12 for 63, only 5 yards to carry. He got that one touchdown, and Aaron Rodgers 7 for 11. But it's a quiet 7 for 11. He hasn't done much.
Yeah. So only 3 carries left for Sanders now. We still have 35 minutes remaining in this game.
Yeah, we're going to see old Jarrett Patterson, the legend of Jarrett Patterson coming
Yes, the legend that keeps getting bigger.
Speaking of the legendary throw, sniper scope.
Yes,
going to Keenan.
Showing that blitz, and that's a big hit there. Dak goes, says, I know what to do with that.
Rifles it in there, gets past the defender. I think he's covered by a 5 or a 6.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the 6 over there. He's got a 6, but stood right in there and hit that sniper scope. You don't see that come up often. It's hard to hit that 10 on that short pass card, but that's a big play.
Yeah, Kendall Fuller is the 6 over there. He's got a 4 left cornerback, Patrick Peterson, 2 5 safeties in Von Bell and Jimmy Ward, and Kendall Fuller, the 6 cornerback. So both secondaries.
Peterson got squeezed for next year's set, I think. I thought he should have been a 6.
What did he get, a 5?
He got a 5, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this age, you're like, well, okay, I'll take my 5, but he played really well. So back to, Green Bay was cooking there early in the first quarter. It threw just a barrage of flats and look-ins to Kelsey. So he starts off this drive with that safe call.
I think third downs has been a problem so far for Green Bay. 0 for 3.
And 1 for 4.
Better, 1 for 4.
There's Zeke just found a hole there, went off for 20 yards.
Nobody was covering up on that off-tackle run. They moved the middle linebacker.
Yeah, middle linebacker must have been up in the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I missed if he pushed
him up. Was it a 3? Yeah, because that 8 doesn't come up on a.
Well, it's there. It's there. Yeah. So if he moved him to the off-tackle right or linebacker zone, then that's the zone of the defender. Or he could have slid him out. I didn't really see. He might have doubled Kelsey. Who knows?
Yeah. There's Zeke again.
6 and 8 short gain. He gets 5.
Take it. That is a nice card for Zeke.
Green Bay will get the ball first in the second half.
Okay.
And there's 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So ideal scenario for them is to go down, get a touchdown, close it to 14-10, and then get the ball back.
Yep. Yeah, definitely looking at a 2-for-1 situation here. Big miss for Quez. Well, he needed to get a hit there to keep now you're in run contain.
Now let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
You have Aaron Rodgers. You've got 5 7s on the offensive line. Mm-hmm. Why in the world are you not throwing short every time?
I love his short pass is tremendous. That's it's really got to be his bread and butter. You work in the flats, right?
Sure. Depending on what the linebackers do.
Yep.
If they're doubling or blitzing, but that should be your bread and butter. That should be on 2nd and 5. That's where you should be looking, not a flat pass, but pump it down the field. Let the dump offs work for you.
Yep. What's the what's he got here? 3-3-5. Okay.
Yeah, 3-3-5. You move the free safety down in the middle linebacker zone, but the pass was a short one to T.
T
Higgins. There you
hits
go.
his card, makes a big clutch catch. Uses as that big catch radius is to pull that one in.
Haven't seen a run call from Cleveland for a little bit. You got the lead. You have a tendency to just let your opponent run guess wrong, but you gotta make him, put that in the back of his mind that you're still going to call run.
Exactly. One up top here. Again, that's a hit on the short pass card. But he was sniffing the end zone. He up against the 5, so you got a 33% chance of beating the defender if that pops up.
Yeah, I don't want to second guess Tom. He's in the Super Bowl while I'm sitting home, but yep. I sure would love to have that combination. That's a perfect combination. He built a great team.
He sure did. We got a double team. Good call by the defense. Who that was Kelsey, sniffed out Kelsey. So 3rd and 10. So you might want to be a little concerned about picking up some yardage here with, I don't know what that field goal kicker is at the 33 of the variable field goal.
I will tell you right now. His field goal kicker is 2 through 8, 11 and 12 from 23 to 32, and 2 through 5 from 33 to 37.
Yeah, that's significant. It looks like he's going with a base defense, double tight, double wide. So, yeah, he went with the draw play. I like that call there. And the guard or tackle throws, and now you've got an interesting call, right? A 4th and 2. I think I know what you do.
Well, again, it is kind of nice getting the ball first and then being able to close it to a 1-score game, even though it's going to be 8 points.
Right.
But this kicker, we've seen this kicker. This is not, yes, the range here is good, but if he gets pushed back, he's got that 9-10 to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, he's in the 9-10 miss range. So.
And with the average, there's a lot of 2-yard hits on those flat cards, right?
Right.
So what like the 6 has a 2-yard hit.
Yep. 6, even with 2-men in zone.
Yeah.
3 yards with 1-man in zone.
Mm-hmm.
You got the defender +2 or +5.
Right.
And linebacker +1 or +6. So he's got some couple of 4 linebackers there.
Yeah.
But you make a good call here on defense, and oh man, you're loving it if you're Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Screen guessed wrong.
So that should pick it up.
Somebody in the hole.
Bad spot in the D card. Ooh. It was a 3 guessed wrong. That means it's going to be like one of those negative.
Oh, wow. Right. So, yeah, would have been negative guess right.
So he hit here. -4.
Yeah.
-4 guess right.
Mm-hmm. So he's a 30 flat, but not for much yardage, especially guess right. So,
a lot of guys like to go to their backs on 3rd and 4th and short as a flat passer.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Let's just fire in some short passes and punch that in the end zone. Let's see if that's what they're thinking. Yep. Oh, a good call by the defense. Sniffed it out. Even with the double team hit, I bet that's a hit guess right.
And I bet you are right. 10 yards.
Yeah. Good call by Michael there.
Knox is covered by a 6 in this formation. We haven't seen him involved much as a target. That's a nice short pass card for
It is. Higgins. So
goes to Quez. Look at that. Look at that Aaron Rodgers short pass card, man.
Yep.
He's got a fireman there.
Yeah. Because, so he's got 18 hits plus 5 must runs. So, you're looking at 23 chances out of 36 where you're liking the role. I mean, no, obviously the must runs aren't all guarantees, and but it's solid enough that you're not minding it. Well, he won't be throwing a flat pass here.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Don't listen to us just because we said short passes. We don't have any answers.
Yeah.
Oh my! What a
So
time for a pick.
and that would have been a pick with 3 guys in the zone as well, correct? Yeah, yeah. So you just don't want to roll the 9 there. 9s are killers. I guess my game with Scott, Stafford threw 4 picks, and it actually was kind of 5. The last play of the game was, well, he got the ball back on a 4th down pick where he just knocked it down. So he was like, that's how it goes. So that's so wow.
If we think about the big plays in this game, we had the fumble.
Yep.
I mean, even though he didn't get a touchdown resulting from the fumble, it set him up with a short field that he cashed in the next time, and then the interception. The interception in the end zone. To me, those are the two biggest plays of the game so far.
Yeah, Cleveland got the dreaded 5 on the 4th and 1, but as it was, wound up being a wash there as he hit that the sniper scope. So 14-3, I think, tough break for Green Bay there as they're knocking on the door. At least you're looking at making it a 1-score game, but they got to come out here, I think, and put some points on, as you don't want to give the ball back down 2 scores, right? Then you got to break serve twice. So this is a big drive. It was a big drive, even though we have half the game left, and you've got Miles Sanders down to just a smattering of carries left. Although the legend is waiting in the wings of Jared Patterson. Okay, little 5-yard hit. Start your drive with that. Zeke, 9 carries, 56 yards. He probably gets about 20.
24, so he's got 15.
He's fine.
Left.
He's fine. So
I don't know who his second back is, because all through the playoffs he's only had to use Zeke and Aaron Rodgers for his must runs.
I seem to remember he still was someone pretty solid.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Tevin Coleman, and Derek Gore. Derek Gore is a pretty good weapon, especially because he can catch a deep pass. But
okay, yeah.
I don't know if he's deployed him as a receiver very much in the playoffs anyway. But he picks up a first down there, so he's got the ball moving. You get that bad break.
Yep.
You find yourself down 11 points, but you got the ball in your hands. So you're right. Go down and get some points, and it's a brand new game.
Now there's the old should have run off tackle instead of line buck.
He likes that line buck like Zeb does, but he doesn't have that 6 center that Zeb usually has. So it's not quite working out for him.
Yeah, with the 4. Another flat pass. This time the defender made the play. I thought it was going against the 4.
Well, it was, but it's there was a
safety came up.
Yeah, he moved the safety down.
Okay.
He moved the safety down and moved the linebacker somewhere else.
That's a nice move again by the defense. As Michael
5 on the 5.
Yeah, he's made 2 or 3 calls that have really benefited his defense. So that nice little move there, moving Fuller up.
Yeah, you're talking about 3rd and 6 versus 3rd and 1.
Right.
So big play.
So Quez on the game has 3 catches. Oh, that's not going to get there. He went to that flat pass again. Unless that wouldn't have been a dump off. Yeah, he went to that flat again. So, right. Well, big stop for Cleveland. He's got a 2-score lead with the ball here.
Yeah, even on a short pass, that would have been incomplete. So, not much you can do there.
Nope. Nice punt coverage. The 1, 2, and a 4 there on for Green Bay. Sanders coming out with his 2 or 3 carries left.
He's going to leave it all on the field. look into Everett there.
So Booker in now. We have a double tight. Nope. Went to Sanders after all. His I formation. I think part of me is like, go ahead and run Sanders here when you're inside your 20. Burn them up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I'm on offense, I'm thinking, well, why don't I save him until I get past midfield?
Mm-hmm.
But it's working for him.
Yep.
If he gets this ball into scoring territory, he can open up a 3-score lead with only a quarter and a half left.
Yep. So. Found a short gain. So Booker in now. How many carries does Booker have left?
Booker has 10 unfatigued.
Okay. Well, with him and Patterson, and you can use Sanders with the fatigue. Good call by the defense. Still found a 4-yard hit. That's about the best you can do, other than the boxcars and snake eyes. So,
yeah, you'll take it.
Yep.
Showing that blitz, sacks can play a big part in these playoff games, but I don't remember either quarterback getting sacked so far.
Mm-hmm. Showing the blitz and calling run. Tackle stuffs it, and so you've got your 3rd and long situation here. You got your run contained.
Prescott's a pretty good flat passer.
Yes, he is. There's plenty of chances for him to pick up 5 off his card.
Yeah, he's got Russ beat in that area, that's for sure.
And the short's deadly too, because if that must run comes up, you're picking up 5 yards almost every time as well, or most of the time.
Yeah.
21 out of 21. Yeah. Chris Evans in the game.
He's in there for his 5 pass blocker.
Yep. Jarvis Landry at that third wide out. Lots of places he can go. 3rd and 5. I don't think he's going to pull a Dennis Crowley run here.
Not with Evans.
No.
It wouldn't be a bad play behind these 5s and 6s to run Booker or Miles Sanders off tackle or linebacker against this formation, but too many guys are calling run against me now, so I've got to switch it up and pass a little bit more. I like it. Variety is the spice of life.
Exactly. Zigging when they're zagging. Okay, so the defender makes the play to hold it short. Would have been taking a 6 to beat Von Bell.
That both these drives ended on 3rd downs with a 4 on the D card. That's a receiver reading on a long pass with 0, 1, or 2 men in the zone. So I'm just interested to see if one of these guys are going to air it out.
He returned.
Try a bomb.
I think that was at the 5-yard line, and he returned it. Now, what do you like? I guess, can depend on your returner. That's a solid returner. Barner's solid. You like to let it bounce, or you return it from the 5?
6 or in, I'm letting it bounce. 7 or out, I'm probably.
Yep, Nathan can let it bounce. Yeah, that's
exactly same thing Nathan just said.
Yeah, the 6 to me is no man's land, where it's going to depend on my returner. If I really like my returner, then I'll give it a shot, or But then 5, I'm definitely letting it bounce, and the 6 is a little dicier. And
we got Nathan joining us. We're gonna run a little Monday Night Football 3-man booth here. What's up?
There
Nathan?
you go.
How's it going, guys?
Jump in here whenever you see something that you'd like to comment on.
Well, I like this.
Yeah, 1 man in zone against a 5. Quez has chance for redemption here. There's a dump off. Use those 7s.
Hit the short gain. We haven't seen. Well, of course, he hasn't gone downfield all that much, but
exactly too many flat passes for my taste.
Yeah. Do Do you remember any other dump offs to this point? Maybe one?
Yeah, not that I can remember. Maybe one for Cleveland.
Yeah.
But I can't remember anything for Green Bay. There's
He
a
really
guess right
doesn't
run.
throw downfield very much at all
I know,
until it's
but
like third or fourth down.
right. And it's worked for him. He's got to the Super Bowl with that.
Well, yeah, but a lot of it, he's probably converting third and fourth when he has to because he's got the best possible scenario with Rodgers and those sevens.
There's a short pass to the tight end we're talking about.
Yeah, that's where the average pass card comes up, right? If we had a home field advantage somewhere, you don't see that card. But yep, so big 12-yard hit. I remember you were playing Tim Bowyer in a Samifa final. You had that exact same look, but you rolled a 4 instead of a 6. So yeah,
that can happen. And and all this clamoring for short passes, he threw that interception in the end zone. So it's not foolproof, but I do like it with it as a weapon with his combination. I mean, what are you getting all these 7 pass blockers if you're going to flat all the time?
Well, there's like no pass rush either. It's like 24% for one guy, and that's it.
Right. Take advantage.
I guess Aaron Donald's at 40.
Yeah, and if I'm on defense, I'm loving this. Come down the field 5 yards at a time or 3 or 4 yards at a time. I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Stay away from the big plays and the dump offs and the 12, 13 yards a game at a time.
And then you say, we'll just pick in the end zone. Nope, that's another flat.
And that was a black ID.
Yeah.
I don't know if 10's I'll look at it. I don't think 10's a hit on Rodgers' card.
He's going for it.
But it would have been a dump off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he threw a look in, and Michael put 2 men in that zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that would drive me crazy if I was the offense. I would be throwing downfield, short and long, like probably 5 days in a row.
I stand corrected. A 10 on Rodgers' card, guessed right, wrong, or double, is a 10-yard completion.
Card made the play.
Yeah, needed to be a 4. Norwell comes up, more of a pass blocker than a run blocker, but he was a run blocker on that play.
Yeah, guy in the zone would have. Like I said, what was it? No, it was 34 anyway. So
it was 34. Yeah, he was all right, but he needed that block, and he got it, which is what Damian Lewis was not able to do for you at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, 67% chance, and it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. That's Strat though.
Yep.
Instead run Zeke.
Picks up 7, gets him in front of the chains, and it's a 2nd and 3.
But you're really, you're really narrowing down your chances for success as Green Bay, because these long drives means you're going to have less chances with the ball in your hands, less possessions with a chance to score.
Mm-hmm. Slowing the game up, or speeding the game up, I should say.
Yeah. He likes that flat pass, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's thrown that a lot. 18 for 29 for only 168 yards. So that's where we're seeing it. He's got a 1st and 10. He's 2 first downs from putting in the end zone. Went up top to Quez on that one. He didn't make the play, didn't make the catch. 7 a hit on T. Higgins long.
We'll check that out. It is plus 27.
Well, it's a lot easier game if you know what the die roll is at a time, right?
For sure. Here's a dump off.
Yeah.
Another 10 yards.
Mm-hmm. With the chains. Is that a short or a long on that one?
It's a short pass to.
Okay.
I think he was looking for Quez again.
Okay.
Guess run short pass. Look at that, 17 yards touchdown.
I'll take it in.
Didn't want to get hit by that Zeke off tackle, guessed wrong.
Wow.
Instead
so
he gets hit.
Show me that guessed wrong again.
Yeah,
everything. But box cars.
Yep.
Holy guacamole! He's going for 2. Yeah. Make it a 3-point game. Same call. There it is.
Same result.
Yeah.
Or similar result, I should say.
Yep. So we got us a game. Rogers didn't throw the pick in the red zone that time.
Yeah. Yeah, think about that. If without the fumble punt, without the interception in the end zone, we could be talking about Cleveland needed to put a drive together to cut down the lead. Now they have a 3-point lead and the ball. So let's see what happens. A minute left in the third quarter. Miles Sanders running low on carries.
Mm-hmm. Again, you're thinking, yep, go and run Sanders at your 25. Is he down to 1?
You have 1 unfatigued carries left.
Yeah,
You see some Booker now.
Michael's putting Tom right where he wants him, though. He's saving Jared Patterson. Third and 2. This is big third down here, boys.
We have entered the fourth quarter.
Because Green Bay's got some momentum. Seems like it's been a while since Cleveland's had the ball.
Yeah, and or picked up a first down. So 4-3 showing blitz. He's got Sanders in there. Will he use him for his last unfatigued carry? I say why not? It's a crucial point in the game.
Yeah, this is big play. There it is. And he picks up the first. They say he's good, guess right. I bet he's picks it up, guess right. Yeah, with
You're right.
room to spare.
Has he blitzed his safety any of the times that he's shown it?
He has.
Do it 3 times and he hasn't blitzed him.
Yeah, he's done it. Did it a couple times in the first half, bringing Van Noy along with the free safety. Maybe that sniper scope kind of spooked him a little bit.
Yeah, if it spooked him and stopped showing it. So, yeah.
So this is a matchup right here. Jonathan Allen, 11 pass rush against Udo. That's something that I would keep an eye on. But you know what? I let Mike's Michael's pass rush stop me from throwing short more than I should have. So sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
That only goes for a yard. The defensive tackle makes the play.
Yeah. It's the thing where those 4-3s, your tackles, you've got to have 5s and 6s making those plays if you're playing a 4-3.
So here comes the legend, and on 2nd and 9.
Oh, there he is.
In run Patterson, or are you using him as bait and you're going to throw short?
This will be an end run Patterson.
I think he's baiting him. I think he's going to go short to Godwin. No, he's running him off tackle. So he plugged the end run zone.
Oh, dreaded 5. Dreaded 5.
So what was 5 short pass on Prescott?
That's going to be a must run, I think.
Take a look-see. Yeah, must run.
Why is Sanders in there fatigued?
He's not. He's just.
Right.
It shows you what the computer manager would call.
Yeah.
And then he actually got his formation there. So he's definitely throwing it. Prescott does not have any end runs.
No.
So you're not seeing that in this play. And with the fullback or blocking back, tight end type back there in Gerald Everett. It's going to be a pass.
Nathan Mahomes going to have a beastly end run card this set, huh?
I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Big third down.
It's got 3 wide in there. Osborne is the third wide receiver. Allen covered by a 5. Godwin covered by a 4. Griffin covered by a 5. And Everett covered by a 6.
I like the dime here more than the nickel when you can't run at all.
Yeah, especially when you have a 4-4 middle linebacker.
And it's 9. I mean, it's 9 yards. It's not like it's 6 or 7.
bringing the free safety blitz. No
Went to
linebacker help.
Griffin, who isn't targeted all day. Oh,
Down goes Prescott. The
Randy
maligned
Gregory.
Yeah.
The weakest up front, gets home, gets past Eric Fisher, former first pick overall.
Okay, now you're really starting to sweat a little bit if you're Michael.
Yeah.
Hard to stop
Michael
that
said
offense.
it's 2-0 and another fumble?
Yeah, but this time the offensive jumped on it. I
don't know how it got there, right? We didn't see it pop up. It just went right to fumble.
No, I saw it. It was like the
11,
the three roll, punt return die 3, fumble -1, and then it resolved likely.
All right, there it is.
So now maybe Tom's listened to our broadcast because now he's going short on first down. I like it. It was a 40% chance. There was no sack chance. Sorry.
And that 3's that only hole on that average pass D card, other than the 9, obviously. And then even the 9, you got hits 5 through 12.
No, it's covered by a 6. That's going to stop it.
Yeah.
The linebacker, Darius Leonard, comes up with the play. 3rd and 10. Now you're feeling good. Now you're feeling good like Cleveland. Okay, if I can get him to punt.
Yep.
I can breathe a little bit.
But boy, this is a tough card to stop on 3rd down too.
Even with the 7s, every once in a while, I'll bring the house. Just, you can beat him. You get the right roll, you can beat him.
Why have Elliott in here instead of Gore on this down?
Yeah. Well, maybe to give him the threat of running off tackle.
Well, he is a 5 pass blocker, right? See, 5.
But Gore's a 4 and he can catch the ball.
Yes, absolutely. But you'd be covered by a 6. So
and
not exactly ideal targeting.
It prevents the triples and all that sort of thing, the triple double teams. But he's not. I guess he's not been doing that much.
He thought he was going to move him again. Now, if he had moved that outside linebacker, that's the 11 yards and a first down. But I don't know if it's scouting or just dumb luck. But Michael's left that linebacker home twice now when he's thrown at him.
Is 9 a hit on Rogers short?
It is not. It's incomplete.
Okay.
10 is the hit.
Okay.
Yeah, for the record, Green Bay kicked the hell out of me this year, so I think I beat Michael though.
We've all had teams like this though that you get, you make the playoffs in that 7, 8, 9, 10 spot, and you just get on a roll. Guessed wrong for 9, and playing all those games and picking up that momentum, getting win after win, you start to feel like you can't be beat, and that's where Michael is right now. Got a 3-point lead, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl, 2nd and 1, coming up on midfield, and you get this in the end zone, you're feeling good.
Yeah.
He's using him fatigued, not getting those short gains, but moving the chains.
Yep. He's got one more of those ones.
The last 3 Sanders runs have been like that +6, +5, +4, but they've been big, important yards. Booker in there now on first. Nathan, you're a Miles Sanders owner in a couple leagues. How do you what's the best way that you found to use him?
Well, he's a great runner. So it usually just depends on what they're calling. If they call pass, I had a game in Samsfo where I threw 0 passes and I ran, and I had Sanders in that league. They weren't calling much pass. I literally ran like 50 times or something like that.
But you got to have somebody.
And I brought the next guy in, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You have to have somebody to pair with him because you run through.
Yeah, I got Dearness Johnson. I got like Michael Carter. I got too many running backs in that one.
Yeah, there's not much drop off from Sanders to Dearness Johnson.
No, he's better. Wrong probably, but he's just not the multiple zone weapon and not the guest right runner. Because I do like to save some runs for Sanders for the goal line, especially. And that's even when I've got like Trey Sermon for short yardage, and I like to keep him for 2-point conversions or goal line, I like to have 1 or 2 carries if I can that are unfatigued.
We talked earlier about Booker being a decent guest right runner. He picked up 2 yards there.
Yeah.
2 important yards, and he gets 6 guest right yards here.
Yeah, just beat the defensive tackle. Jonathan Allen needed to make that play. And as it is, you've got Cleveland in front of the sticks again at 2nd and 4.
7:48 to go in regulation. I'm not going to say to go in the game. You never know.
I want to see a bomb to Godwin right here.
Sanders is back in. 1 more carry at the fatigue range 1.
Oh.
Well, he got the hit on a flat pass. Short pass would have been a hit too. Long pass would have been incomplete. No, I'm just saying, sometimes you get those guessed wrong bombs and they land on a 7. You're like, God dang it, why wasn't I throwing short?
Should have thrown it. Yeah, I threw the look and got it though.
Showing blitz now. Green Bay's, feeling a little nervous. They want to defend their house. Let's see if they bring the blitz. No, they don't. They call run. Guessed wrong. Oh wow!
Bailed out by the pick split. That's going to be guessed. He's got a low chance, right? It's like 2 to 5 guessed right.
Sure, but that's a main guy covered by a 4.
Yeah,
that's a prime double team candidate for all of us, all 3 of us.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him double him in forever, and it's like 5 or 6 times in a row he's shown blitz and hasn't brought the blitz.
Yeah, so you feel a little more comfortable throwing to your best guy.
He's called run more than he has actually bringing the blitz. He's called it like 3 times when he's shown blitz.
Now on defense here, I want to get a sack and a strip sack at that. Get him at a field goal range.
He got a sack.
I told you that Allen was going to come up and play a part.
Dang.
Yeah, got about a 50-50 shot and got home. So, well, that's big. It knocks you out of that nice field goal range. Now,
does it do that? You now don't even have a good play on 3rd and 17.
Right.
I'd probably run Sanders second level fatigued and hope you break containment.
Exactly. And, and at least it gets you where you're inside the 32 for your field goal.
Yeah,
he's offense even.
He's bringing him in. Let's see how Green Bay responds. A cheeky call by the defense would be a run call here, or a run key to try to really get him out of that field goal range.
Splits it splits the short gain.
So you're up by 6. I think that you'll take that.
Oh, and he missed the kick.
Oh, forget about being up by 6.
Yep. I was thinking he's probably about 2 to 9, 2 to 8 and 12. So
well, no, he was pushed back by the variable field goal rule, right? Oh, no, he wasn't. He was, yeah, you're right. That's his normal range, 2 through 8 and 12. Those are the little things that you got to take care of. If you think you're going to be playing for a championship, trade a pick and get a better kicker.
Well, you can't have everything all the time. Oh, good call.
There you go.
See? Got home.
I tell you, you can rush those 7s. He's got 55% with Donald, 40% with Clowney, 32% with Barrett. He brought the house that time, 2nd and 16.
And he had the correct double team. Going up
the bomb. No linebacker help. It's going to be a jump off. There it is.
Good call. Only 4.
Oh, you like those jump offs if you're on defense. Yep. Yeah. Go on the quarterback's guard.
Yep. 3rd and 12. Plenty of hits for Rodgers on a short card to convert 12 yards here.
Yeah, I'm bringing the blitz again. Although, maybe if he would play me, he'd be way out in front because I would have set that 6 and he would have thrown right out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cat and mouse, man. Cat and mouse at its finest. But again, not using Gore, using Ezekiel Elliott. We're right to Higgins, correctly double teamed.
Another good call. Oh, and it was and it was
of course
it was a flat.
Yeah, on a short pass.
Short pass, that's first down.
What is that, plus 12 or plus 11?
I would bet. Maybe it's I would think that's a first down.
I'll tell you. It is 11 yards, so it would be 4th and
Yard.
1 right now.
Ooh,
Instead, it's 4th and 5, and he's going for it.
I don't like. I know you like to go for it sometimes. I don't like 4th and 5 on your side.
Well, this is the thing that concerns me is that 5. You know, you throw if you're going to throw flat. Again, I would throw short, try to get the dump off probably with this configuration.
He has a higher chance of getting first down on his card short than he does flat here.
With the must runs, sure.
Even I don't even know if he needs even without him. But the 4,
Right.
It depends on the receiver, I suppose, what they're rolling.
Flat pass to Zeke, looking pass to Kelsey, short pass to Kelsey. Those are, if I'm looking at the scouting report, those are the things that I'm watching out for. I could even see a short pass or bomb to Deshaun Jackson covered by a 4. Let's see who Michael double teams. This is going to be a big play. Obviously, I'm double teaming Elliott. Covered by a 6, probably not going to get doubled.
Elliott's card guessed right. Getting 5 yards. There's a lot of hits that are short.
Okay.
So now
Okay, I'll switch it up.
I feel where he's going there. But I don't like that card.
Oh,
going short. Right. T-Jax. He gets it on the must run.
Yeah. 26 chances on that must run of getting his 5 yards.
Do you guys know of a card that's as good as this Aaron Rodgers card, like in the past?
Rodgers has had cards like that before.
With 0 incompletions, guess wrong.
Guessed right. He's had some even a little better guess right. Maybe not so much guess wrong.
I've never seen a card like that guess wrong, but
yeah,
there's been better ones guessed right.
Yeah.
Peyton probably had a better guess right one. And there was a 11% chance of a sack. The random, 5% chance of a sack. The random roll was 11.
Yeah, so he tickled it. Defensive tackle makes the play. That's you like that to start off first down. I assume that was guessed wrong. I didn't see it all the way through.
I believe it was guessed wrong. Not showing blitz. He had a little bit of success there with the pass rush. Let's see if he goes back to it. Fly to T. Higgins. Nobody in the zone. Covered by a 5. Oof. 3-yard must run.
Other end of the card, it's a first down, but down there you're looking at 3rd and 8 at just about midfield.
Yeah, and Tom's been attacking these as 2 chances to get 8 yards here. So, wouldn't be surprised to see another flat pass. The time is running down. I'd go two short passes to get that first down.
Mm-hmm.
But he still has time to run the ball too. Not in this situation, but that Ezekiel Elliott, he did run him first down.
Yep.
You can see that again.
Defender made the stop. There was a guy in the zone as well. Kelsey
double team.
Oh,
what a
hit! 11. The 7. I should say.
So tough to stop.
Yeah.
40% chance of a sack. Random 89. Can you imagine? Sack would have.
Yeah, that would have blown up that drive. He'd had to punt out of that one. So as it is, he's 1 first down from a tying field goal attempt.
Unhooked to Zeke. He moved that 5 free safety down there. Would have been stopped even with the 4 left home.
Yeah.
But still, 1 yard pickup. Let's take a look at the range for the Packers. Their kicker, not great. 2 through 5 out to the 37.
Yeah. So not a great card for Jason Sanders.
We've seen Tom open it up here more with short and long passes.
Does he run here?
Going to Quez, not double, but even if he was doubled, that would have been complete.
So he threw that out of bounds. Are you using out of bounds plays here?
No, if I'm on offense, but it's, some of that stuff will just get checked by default. So you just are so into the game, you're not noticing.
Right.
Oh, another sack!
Good sack.
Aaron Donald comes up big.
Beat Lane Johnson again.
But the other sack didn't get credited to him, I guess, because that shows his first sack of the day. But you're right. I thought the other one was.
It was Donald. It must have got reassigned.
Yeah, reassigned.
Yeah, they gave it to Shaquille Barrett. Second and 16, not showing blitz.
You call run here on defense?
No.
Yeah, it would have been a good call. Look out for that 6 or 8. 6 or 8. Look out, 6 or 8. 6.
He hit it. Yeah.
That was a draw, too. So if he had run, it would have been loss of 2.
Yep.
Instead, you get 14 and you got yourself a makeable 3rd and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who uses timeouts here? I think you.
That
I think you use
kicker, I
timeout.
probably would. I'd want a touchdown. I don't want to get into overtime with.
He lets it
ride.
ride.
Goes low on carries, and I think Green Bay's got the better team.
I hurry up. I like to hurry up there, and then I got all 3 of them if I convert.
Yeah, and he did do that exactly. He didn't call run. It's
another draw
run.
Play.
Another
short gain.
Short gain, Elliott.
Yeah. Now you got your timeouts. Now you're playing for the win. Zeke put him on his back. Said, Aaron, I got you, buddy.
2 huge calls.
Yeah.
It would be a different thing, too, if they had made that field goal. Then Green Bay is going for a touchdown no matter what.
Yep.
Not showing blitz.
You got that great front 4 there. You
slant to Kelsey, 3-minute zone, touchdown.
Game over. Wow, there's a couple of plays left, but that's
it. Green Bay is going to come away with the championship.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's one play left. He'll squib it or onside.
Wow, great game, boys.
It really was. I feel bad for Michael, but Green Bay really turned things around in the second half.
Yeah. It seemed like
you look at that. There were several points that just one more good call or one more good roll after a good call.
Yeah.
He had that correct double team that Aaron Rodgers nailed, and every time Zeke ran the ball on that last drive, it seemed to be a short game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that correct double team. You're thinking on that, and then like you said, you get 2 run call. You think you're in good shape when you get that sack, and then you got Zeke hit that 12-yarder to put it in play. Well, he's got dime here for you, Nathan.
Looks good.
What can you do? There's no good plays here.
Nope.
Bomb to Slayton and the sack. Randy Gregory. Shoot for that MVP trophy.
I blasted on him early. I said, 4. That's about right for him. So, yeah.
So there you go.
Wow. Congratulations there, Tom. Good. And Michael, what a great run. So, all these playoff games have been dynamite, right? They're all coming down to the last plays and dynamite.
Good stuff.
Well, I'm going to let you get with the guys. It's getting late for me out here. So,
I'm probably not going to stay too much. I'll see if Michael wants to come on for a second. Tom, I don't know if he can come on. That'd be great. But I'll send them links and we'll see if they do.
No. Congratulations to both, but a championship to Green Bay and Tom. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dave, for calling it and for calling the other games. And not just you and me, Nathan. So we could have been there. We could have been contenders. Instead, we're broadcasting.
Yeah.
So what did you think of anything else in the ratings that stood out to you while we wait for the guys to come on?
The ratings guide.
Yeah.
Some of the running back cards look weird to me. I thought, and I also kind of thought that there'd be more offense. I guess more combos on some quarterbacks. More. I don't know. The running backs don't look like they're going to be that great.
Am I wrong, or is Russell Wilson not as bad as I thought he was going to be?
Yeah. I mean, Dak looks horrible. Which
Russ looks better than Zach.
I thought he'd be bad. I didn't think he'd be that bad.
Right. But then again, like there's that big group of quarterbacks from, I don't know, 12 to 24 that are all kind of, different flavors of yuck.
Yeah, I think I've got Herbert. I like him. I expected Goff to be pretty good, and he's pretty good. I actually not shocked about Tua. I mean, I think some people might be, but his numbers were amazing when he played.
Right. Mike McDaniel, man. Love to have him coaching one of my quarterbacks. So, well, maybe they won't be able to jump on with us. Congratulations to Tom. You certainly proved that you knew what you were doing running that offense. You got key plays, especially in the second half. And nice job by Michael to get past two juggernauts and to wind up in the big game and be one or two plays away from bringing home the championship. The missed field goal was tough. I thought the offense stagnated in the second half a little bit. Too many times he'd land on the D cards and get a guess wrong run that would just go for a few yards. And I didn't see Dak open it up a little bit. I would have liked to see him, like you said, he wasn't doubling a lot, maybe a little more down the field pressure.
I think it probably hurt him running out of carries quite a bit. I mean,
yeah,
he was already almost out close to halftime, wasn't he? With Miles Sanders. You got to have those extra, but you got to have more than one back. I don't. If my team's any good, I have too many carries for sure.
Yeah, and maybe Michael wasn't thinking about a championship. You look at the other teams in the league.
I think he liked this team a lot. It's a pretty good team. He struggled a little early, but then he got on a roll, I think.
Yeah, that's when you give up those future fourth or third round picks to get another back like Booker. Get yourself a Boston Scott or somebody like that.
Well, see, you and I will do a lot of that, but I feel like we pay the price too. And guys like Michael built a great roster year in and year out.
True.
Too. So it's good and bad. I mean, especially running back, they're not gonna. But I'm with you. I mean, I'll do that for a receiver, and that's not even nearly as valuable as a running back.
Yeah. They both said they're going to try to join, but there's Michael. Hey, what's up, Michael?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. So you had a shot there.
Yeah.
You had a shot. Just things didn't go well. That correct double team, he converted on that last drive. Every time Zeke ran the ball, after he got past midfield, it was a short gain. So, but amazing game. The missed field goal also hurt you. Running out of carries, we talked about, also hurt you. Would have been nice to have another back.
Yeah.
And we got Tom here too. Congratulations, Tom.
Congrats.
Way to go, Tom.
Thanks.
Maybe.
Great game.
I can't quite hear you.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Good. So, congratulations. How's it feel to come home with the SSFA championship?
It feels pretty good. It feels pretty damn good. That was a hell of a game. I think I trailed for probably 55 minutes out of the 60 minutes in that game. Michael was dominating the whole way, it felt like.
Yeah, if you listen to the broadcast, you'll hear me harping a little bit on why you were throwing so much flat and not taking advantage of those 7 pass blockers with Aaron Rodgers. But, man, you really came up with the clutch plays on that, especially on that last drive, with the 2 touchdown drives in the second half. Talk about that. Were you intentionally going flat after those 4 linebackers, or is that just the way you played all year?
No, I was trying to stay out of the double teams. Michael was doing a good job of double teaming the right receivers. I felt like every time I threw short, I was thrown in double coverage. I'd rather
Got it.
throw flat against one of those 4 or 5s versus throwing into double teams. He had correct double teams a lot tonight.
That
Yeah, he
makes a
got a
lot of
lot of
sense.
them on Kelsey, I noticed.
And then you had Michael on your side. Um, we noticed that in the second half, Green Bay was showing blitz, but they'd often call run out of it or not bring the free safety. Did you notice that? And were you looking to, um, maybe throw, beat them over the top or throw short in those spots?
I'll tell you, this is my first time making it this far in the playoffs, and I noticed if you look at my playoff run, a lot of this I dominated in a stat that has literally nothing to do with me, and that is turnovers. Every team, if you look at all the 4 games that I played, 10, the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed, each team seemed to turn the ball over twice and at like the most inopportune times. And it just seemed like the more I played this, the more conservative I got. And I was playing 70s football, not 2020. And I was just so careful not to turn the ball over and just figured my card, your card on those runs. And I noticed a couple of, I noticed a couple of times that he had called run, and I have KJ Osborne, and I'm looking at it thinking, well, why do you keep sticking him in there? You're wanting to throw him deep. You claim that you're going to do it, and yet I don't know that I threw to him deep one time. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I could change about this game, and that was clearly one of them. It was just a very ultra-conservative game plan. But this is the first postseason run I've literally ever had, and I'll learn from this for sure.
It is hard to take shots when you don't have a real dangerous running back on the field, though, too.
Yeah.
You're really at a much lower chance usually of getting a run call.
Yeah, and I that's kind of what I played on too, Nathan. I'm like, I just can't. I think I got him maybe one time where I felt like he called run on Booker, which I was kind of surprised. And it's like, that was the one where I was like, no, I'll keep running here. And that was the one time, it's like, that was the time I could have gone over the top. I basically played a game like Ed, basically, where instead of run, and then throw over the top, I just ran, and forgot to throw over the top. So
yeah, we noticed
Booker
that.
Booker is not bad. Guess wrong. Booker is not a shabby receiver runner. Guess wrong. He hurt me.
Definitely not. Yeah, well, 2 things. First of all, in the playoff stats leading up to it, the Packers were 2-1 throwing, 2-1 pass to run, and the Browns were 3-1 run to pass. So you're right. It was a different two different styles of football. And then you brought up the turnovers. If you think about it, without the fumbled punt, without the interception in the end zone, it could have been, you trying to open it up and play catch up against Green Bay. So, it's almost like, there are times where you just want to get the win, but I can see being the hunter versus being the hunted. There are some advantages to being the hunter, and Green Bay certainly came through as the hunter on that last drive.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, those turnovers, cost them 7 points, number one, and then the punt fumble, which you literally can't do anything about. That I don't think I scored directly on that one. I think that was the one that I took to the 1, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong, and got stopped at the 1 on 2 consecutive plays. But then he punted, and I got a score on it anyway. So I mean, it really was a 14-point swing. You take that thing away, and Green Bay wins by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
I mean, it could have been, but you never know. It was just such a great game. I mean, even like Jace was saying, the playoffs, this whole set of games in the playoff has been one fantastic game after another. So,
Dennis, I'll just be very honest. First of all, I think I already won my Super Bowl. All right. I think I won 2 Super Bowls along the way, to be quite honest with you. And the idea of, I mean, heck, first of all, the game that I had against Washington, that was 28-10, but I played him in a game, early on in the year and won it, but it was only because I have a fluke interception by Burrow and an onside kick that went my way. This team could very easily have gone 9-8. I could have been in the mini playoffs, for crying out loud. I didn't have one quarter where I'd won 4 games straight. So to think that this team This is like a 14 seed in the NCAA making a run, and so I'm proud of it. I'm really glad. I've learned now that when you've got 12 or 13 positions down, you need to make some trades to improve this team. But the one thing that I didn't do was maybe pick up an extra running back. I think that would have helped. But all in all, man, I couldn't be more happy.
We didn't see enough of the legend Jared Patterson tonight. Like, he killed me. He killed Jay in the regular season. You had to use that secret weapon and bring him out.
Yeah, he was
a dangerous guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder what you guys were talking about. I assume he had big games in the other ones. I didn't catch many of the other playoffs.
Have you seen his card? He's got a wacky card, guessed wrong, that with some double-digit carries, end run and off tackle, like 11, 12, 13 yards, and I just kept nailing it against Dennis. Jay,
he killed me.
It was hilarious. No,
and his only two touchdowns in the regular season were against Jay, and he killed me in the semifinal game. So Tom, real quick, is this the first championship for you in any of Ed's leagues?
No, I won. I was in SAMHSA for a few years, and the first year I was there, I inherited a great roster, and I won it with Chicago a few years ago.
Oh, nice. Okay, so this is an old hat for you. Second NFL Ed League championship.
It doesn't feel old hat at all. Might be old hat for you.
Wow.
It definitely is for him.
Yeah. I got no hat on in this one. I was sitting at home broadcasting it. So let's just go back real quick on that last drive. That fourth down call. Didn't you have a 4th and 2, if I remember right? Or was that on the previous scoring drive where you it was the previous scoring drive. 4th and 2, and you went for the flat pass to Zeke. Michael called run. It was -4 guessed right, +3 guessed wrong, and you got the receiver hit for the first down. So any thoughts on that one? Were you definitely going to Zeke? Did you switch back and forth on your targets? Because Zeke's flat pass card is kind of rough.
It's not great, but again, I was trying to go somewhere who wasn't going to be double teamed.
Yeah, that's right.
That was the key. And you figure it's as long as you're throwing into someone who's not double teamed, it's a high percentage play.
Yeah,
obviously
no chance I'm double teaming that guy,
to the
Tom.
receiver.
No way I'm double teaming him. That was the right call. 100%. That was the right call.
Got it.
But I think I went for it on 4th a couple times late,
figuring
if I was going to lose, I was going to lose on offense and not on defense with this team.
Yeah. There was a 4th and 5 that you converted on a must run to Aaron Rodgers. That was a huge play as well. I have to go back over it, but that second half turned into the Packers being kind of almost being forced to go for it, but coming through. I mean, down 14-3, get those huge 15 points in the second half, and the Browns missing their only field goal. So
that field goal miss was big.
Yeah, the breaks evened out though. Again, that's what I'm saying. I mean that Kelsey interception, I guessed it wrong, didn't I? If I recall, I think I guessed that one wrong, and that was throwing 3 into the zone, so that's a fluke. And I mean, what do you go do about punt returns? Of course, those are going to happen. There's nothing you can do about those. These breaks more than evened out. I tell you, Tom, on 4th down, I'm not even sure I looked at the screen. I just basically would turn my way, walk away from the screen, call my play, and then come back. And I saw 1st down. I'm like, oh, maybe this is the one. It's like, shoot, we still got the ball. I couldn't look at the screen. It's like a horror movie. I just couldn't do it anymore. Thinking maybe I'll get lucky in flood zone or maybe double team. And no, that drive was just really beautiful down the stretch. I was just, and I'll tell you guys, after that win to get to this title game, Tom was the first one to send me a Slack message and congratulated me, and he's a class act all the way, and I'm really super. I mean, I'm disappointed. It would have been a great run, a cool way to finish off a season. It would have been ridiculous to be a 10 seed to get there. I think Jay was the lowest seed ever as an 8. I'm not Jay in any way, shape, or form as a coach, but I'm getting maybe a little bit better. But I'll learn from this. But to get to the run that I had with a 2 and a 1 and a 10 with a team that was 10-7, and take this thing all the way down to 8 seconds left, I'm okay with it. I'm surprisingly okay.
Yeah, that was a crazy run for you to get there. There's no way I figured with teams you had to go through. There's no way I figured you were going to make it to the final.
Well, and it would have been weird because, like I said, like during the quarter, I didn't win 4 games in any quarter. Not one time did I win 4 games. That was it.
We did
So
it
all
when
of a
it
sudden,
counted.
this is when I decided to win 4 games. But I'll tell you something, Tom, and Tom Cook's not here, but I'm just going to take a moment to thank Dennis and Tom, because if it weren't for them, there's no way. And I've still got a lot to grow, and I'll get a chance to watch their games. But Dennis has taught me a lot about this game, and Tom Cook. My mom was in the hospital about 7-8 years ago, and I played this game when I was 15 years old. My mom and dad bought a board game for me. Didn't know what I was doing. Nobody liked to play it because it was boring, and so I just gave it up. And when my mom was in the hospital, I was kind of looking around to see if anybody put together some videos on it. And here's Tom Cook basically calling these games. And I'm like, I think I'm going to get back into this. And this was the league, actually. He got me into the SSFA. And Dennis, you and I played the very first game online, basically. You showed me how to play. I remember
Really?
Eddie,
Okay.
yeah, Eddie Lacy was my running back. I remember, and he got a 42-yard run on my first drive, and I'm like, oh, this game is easy, right? And I'm putting linebackers in the wrong zones. I don't know what in the world I'm doing. I have no idea what a safety blitz is. It took me 3 years to figure out what in the world a safety blitz was. But Dennis, I've talked to him a lot and texted him, and I love doing broadcasts with him. And Tom Cook, I'd do games, and he would call me for an hour later and tell me all the good stuff, mostly bad stuff, but the good stuff that I would do during a game. And all these tips over time has really led to just a lot of enjoyment from this game. And it's a great community, and I really, really enjoy it. And I'm just super thrilled to have this run. I'm sorry I couldn't pull it out at the end, but Tom, you're a really class act, and I'm glad you got this. I really, really am. Really am. It's
Thanks,
nice to have a new champion. Great to have a new champion here.
Thank you.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks again, Tom. Do you have any last words?
Well, I know I might cheer Michael up a little. I don't know if you remember, Michael, but we had agreed I would trade you a second rounder for Jared Goff and Somiva last year. My Dak Prescott trade didn't work out.
And Nathan, I should have mentioned Nathan too. Me and Nathan have had all sorts of great conversations for an hour. That guy's a great strat mind. And we made a trade a couple of years ago that really made a difference on this team for DJ Reader. That was the 6 that eventually, he was a 6 at the time, and then he was on the IR, and I knew he would be. It's so weird, this SSFA league. They're going to be hurt. And I know next year this team's going to be a clown car. But at the time, just a lot of little trades that made a difference. And I'd love having him on my team. But I shouldn't have avoided Nathan. Nathan spanked me this year. Those are the 2 worst losses that I took. And he basically took me to the woodshed. And Tom, I'd be lying if I didn't say, oh, please beat San Francisco, because he beat me 33-6. It's like, I'll take my chances with Green Bay. I'll take my chances with anybody.
It's never good to face that.
I don't want to play the game programmer, okay? I really have no interest in playing him at all. Oh, it was a great run. Great run.
That was a great game.
That was so fun. I really, really am happy for you, Tom. Very, very happy for you. And you got a good club. Good luck next year, okay? And Dennis, thank you for bringing this. And Nathan, thank you for bringing this. And I'll sit for this for a couple of days before I go watch this again, okay? But I'll watch it.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
See ya.
Again, congratulations to Tom.
Congratulations, Tom.
Green Bay Packers, the 2021 SSFA champions. So we'll go ahead and shut it down here. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks to Ed for running the league, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Dennis. Thanks, buddy. See y'all.